Hello, welcome to Econometrics Melody. In this tutorial, we'll deal with the command order, sort, and gsort. These commands are very useful in ordering variables and sorting data observations. Let's begin. With this main Stata interface active each time, press Ctrl 8 for activating data editor and Ctrl 9 for activating two files. So let us prepare our necessary data sets and let us clear everything. And let us see our data and let us save it with the name appropriate name. So these are our variables. So ing3 and ing5 are categorical variables and other are numeric variables. So let us begin with the first command called order. So if you place this asterisk sign, so that indicates anything that resembles with this preceding letter A. So let us order this, and this will ultimately keep the variables into first order, right, in the first place. So AD, so A asterisk here represented D and A. So A asterisk means any variable that begins with A. So they are placed at first. Similarly, if we try this option alphabetic to the same command, then now you see D and A after A. This D and this A, they will be arranged into alphabetical order, so AA comes first. Similarly, A asterisk, this means any variables that begins with A, they will be placed at first, or their preference, they have the preceding preference, they have first preference, then after followed by I. And if we write sequential, if you see 1, 3, 5 and 2, they will be ordered in a sequence. This is again a very simple one. You see, ing1, 2, 3 and 5. Let us again write A asterisk alphabetical, but last, this will take those variables to the last place. So A, anything that begins with A is taken to the last, and again A asterisk to the first. Again, let us bring them back to their first place in order. So A asterisk and ing2 after ing1. So after ing1, we are going to place anything that begins with A and the variable ing2. This is very simple. So after ing1, we have variables anything that begins with A and ing2. Again, another AA and ing3 before ing2. Ing2 is here, just between AD and ing2, we will have AA and ing3. So AA and ing3 between AD and ing2. This is again simple. And if you want to order according to your choice, you type the name of the variables and so on. This is very simple. Now let us go to our next command called sort. Sort will sort data in the ascending order only. Let us sort ing3 and ing5. Let us write ing3, see our variables ing3 and ing5, they will be sorted. So we have ordered actually. So we have brought ing3 and ing5 to the first place, first and second place. Now let us sort AD first. If you sort AD, see, this is in ascending order only. Increasing order, this is the minimum value and this is the maximum value. Now let us sort ing3 again, and ing3, this is label. So ing3 has only two values, 0 and 1, 0 for yes and 1 for no. So let us sort them. You see, this is 0 and this is 1, yes and no. Now let us sort ing3 and ing5 to give a nice look. So for each ing3, 0 in ing3, we have good, better, best, and for each 1 in ing3, we have good, better and best. They are sorted in a nice way. Now if you want to sort in ascending or descending order, you will have to make use of gsort. So let us replace AD with some missing values and let us sort AD, you see, from ascending order. Now again, if you write gsort AD, this is not going to make any change, but if you write gsort minus AD, now it's a descending order. And again, if you write gsort minus AD, mfirst, this option mfirst indicates missing values should be placed at first. This is a simple. And let us write gsort AD again, and you see what happens. AD, here it is again in ascending order. Now let us write gsort ing3 and ing5. Simply ing3 and ing5 will be sorted out. But if you want to again this is in the ascending order, but if you want to sort them into descending order, into their descending order, you see this is 1 and this is the highest value 2 for respective variables. And ing3 and ing5, gsort ing3 and ing5, this is ascending order of sort, and if you write, it is equivalent to writing plus ing2, or this is the same thing. So plus ing2, plus here indicates in ascending order, so this is same as sort ing2. Okay, now if you write gsort ing3 and 5, so this is in descending order, this is in ascending order, and that we create a variable id that will help indicate these patterns or different interactions. Let us drop id and let us again generate id based on their descending order of ing3 and ing5. Okay, and let us again drop id and let us again create these variables in their descending order, but let us allow the missing first. Okay, missing first, and then again order id first, and you see these are the unique values. One indicates this no and best, this is the unique interaction, and this 2 indicates same set of interactions, no and better. This 3 indicates same set of interaction, no good, and so on. Let us compress if possible, and let us format them for a nice look. This is it. So basically the difference between sort and gsort is sort allows only ascending ordering, while gsort allows for both ascending and descending ordering, including the missing values. Now before we leave, let me give you a tip how to convert the string variable to numeric and numeric to a string. So here we have our id is a numeric variable. Let us convert it into a string by using this command. Now id is a string, and if you want to see this, you will see this is an string. This is the string, and if you want to convert it back into its numeric form, then now see, if you will have to write destring. If you describe id again, you will get it as byte. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much, Econometrics Melody.